はい、こんばんは。てるみです。今日もよろしくお願いします。So, hi, my name is Terumi. I am the one that I wanted to be an English speaker, but I couldn't succeed at the English speaking until the age of 28 and I'm 35 now. And now I can speak English and Greek and I'm trying to learning German and I'm native Japanese. So, if you'd like to be a Japanese speaker, I can help you so much. But if you just want to read a Japanese book or just watching an anime, movie, you just don't need to communicate with Japanese people, then all my lesson, all my episode on YouTube maybe doesn't help you anything. So if you'd like to communicate with Japanese people, so you really want to be a Japanese speaker, fluent Japanese speaker, you can continue watching. So today I'd like to talk about how I stopped teaching Japanese grammar. I don't teach Japanese grammar to all my students and on YouTube, nothing. Why? 2021, I will not teach Japanese grammar anymore. And the second, how I realize I don't need Japanese grammar. I want my students to have the result, and it's a huge progress. I want my students to have this huge result and progress. But I said, okay, grammar I don't need. I don't teach. It doesn't mean anything. So why I realized, also I'm gonna talk. And then lastly, I would like to share how to gain your Japanese speaking skill. Even you cannot speak Japanese today, nothing at all, but also how to gain your Japanese speaking skill from today. And tomorrow, one step. Tomorrow, second step. Day after tomorrow, third step. So every day you can make a progress. So first, why I stopped teaching Japanese grammar. So if you see my old video like 10 months ago or 1 year ago, you will see I'm still talking like grammar is something, grammar is difficult, or maybe you need to study Japanese grammar. Maybe I said something like that. But I realized, really, like I'm teaching Japanese now, it's almost 5 years. And then really no one can speak, no foreigner can speak Japanese properly. Like my student also, and then the other person I met in Tokyo or other, like any situation, oh, I'm studying Japanese grammar. I'm studying Japanese. And then, okay, let's try to speak like Japanese, only Japanese. I'm just learning. I have a JLPT, like proficiency, but N5 is very low, so I cannot speak. Like most of people, like 99% of Japanese learner doesn't speak Japanese. And then I realized I was like half giving up. Maybe foreigner, like Japanese learner, cannot speak Japanese because they are not living there or they are not enough to study. I just didn't understand. Like beginning of 4 years of my teaching experience, and then since last year, I start doing the speaking class, and I really can see my student progress. Okay, like every day, they have small progress. Okay, speaking skill is coming from speaking exercise. So this is I realize. And then, but this is not the perfect reason to I stop teaching grammar. And then why really don't need grammar? This is not only the reason I actually saw my student. I actually see my Japanese friends also. Japanese friends. Why? Japanese friends actually teach me I don't need to teach Japanese grammar, because Japanese, we are studying English at least 6 years. Junior high school, definitely. Me also. I studied. I have done, I had done, I haven't done, I hadn't done, I have been doing, or all these, grammar things. And no one can speak. Really. Believe me. We study English grammar. We Japanese studied English grammar for 6 years, and 99% of people cannot speak English. So this is, I think, the time that we need to accept ourselves. Grammar study doesn't help our speaking skill. Look, all my students couldn't speak Japanese at all. And then all we Japanese cannot speak English with 6 years English grammar study. And then when I was age of 28, I realized that I don't need grammar, because I really felt when had done something. And then when I met the most, important time, when I met, native English speaker, where you from? What's up? Why you're staying here? Oh, how did you come from here? How do you know that? Like this question, I cannot answer anything, stuck. And then, yesterday I have done. Before yesterday I haven't done. And then now, when the foreigner speaks to me, when the native English speaker spoke to me, I cannot answer. I realize it's just that I need to prepare the answer. Okay, when people ask me where I am from, I said I'm from Japan. Grammar study doesn't help me, but if I just prepare the answer and then just memorize, I can speak. This time I actually really study English grammar, and then I really made a huge progress. So this is my realization that it's okay. Grammar study is, I don't need, this boring study I have been doing, I had done, or who and whom differences, or it's just a headache. And I didn't see my progress. It was really unhappy. And I said, okay, it's working. I just memorized the phrase, I'm from Japan. My name is Terumi, and I just came from Japan. I'm living in Tokyo. I just memorized these phrases, and then people ask me all the time, where are you from? How did you come from? Or whatever they ask me. I just prepare the sentences. Oh my God, yay! I can speak! What was it, this boring grammar study? And then I'm doing the exactly same things to my student. どちらの方ですか? Where are you from? イギリス人です。I'm from the UK. You don't need grammar. You just need typical answer, and then you need a nice pronunciation. So this is the biggest realization. And then also, one last thing is actually my daughter taught me. Actually, my daughter is now 4 years old. She can speak Greek, she can speak Japanese, and English too. One side, adults are struggling at the Japanese speaking, learning kanji, learning grammar, listening, watching anime, watching movies, so much, it looks like making a lot of effort. I think the real effort, I guess. But still, 今日何してたんですか? What did you do today? Lots of effort, but still, What did you do today? What did you eat? 何食べたの？何してたの？あ、趣味は何？ What is your hobby? What did you do? What are you going to do? 何するの？ No progress. Even, adults, we are studying so hard. Difficult grammar, complicated grammar, complicated 漢字. And in the end, even we cannot answer, what did you eat? What did you do today? Such a simple, answer we cannot answer. I couldn't answer for many years, 20 years. I said to you, I couldn't speak nothing until the age of 28. I was loving this English culture. Listening music, watching movie all the time. I cannot answer even what did you do today? 何をしましたか? Such a simple sentence I cannot answer. What's happening to me? What's going on here? And on the other hand, my daughter, 4 years old, she's just happy. She doesn't study kanji, of course. She doesn't study hiragana, nothing. He doesn't study English grammar, nothing. She doesn't study Greek grammar, nothing. Doesn't know but speak fluently. She can answer, 何してたの? What did you do today? タラララ She answer, テレビ見て。このアニメが楽しかった。Whatever she speak. What is this huge gap? Adult, we struggling, making effort, busy, pay a lot of money for the lesson, time. It's like so many things we are trying. And then kids, 4 years old, happy. No, it doesn't need to pay anything. And it's no effort, no sacrifice, nothing. Happy learning 3 languages. It's crazy for me, crazy. So that's why I'm asking you, are you making the progress today? And if you don't have any progress today, 1, and tomorrow also, I think it's logically 0, and then day after tomorrow also 0, and then 1 year later also 0. And then in the other hand, my daughter, like 4 years old, like kids, children is the fastest learner in the world. And they are making the progress every single day. Every single day. She can speak faster. She can speak other category also. She can speak like animal. She can speak like a TV. She can speak like about people, how they got the fight. They are angry. They are happy. Whatever, like expanding the category of the conversation. But we adults still studying. Still, I cannot answer, what did you do today? 6 years grammar, education, and still we cannot answer correctly. So, that's why I said, okay, grammar, I think we need to accept. This is a reality that is grammar study doesn't help our speaking skill. And then because my daughter and then all children, I have seen many, like half French, half Greek, and then they can speak 3 languages. And then like Switzerland, a lot of kids, they can speak French, German, and Italian at the same time. And they don't, 4 or 5 years old children doesn't study grammar, as they can speak. And why we are doing this? Why we are still studying grammar and stacking, and we don't make progress at all? Let's stop wasting this money, effort, and time. Really. So, finally, how we can make a progress? So, first of all, what is the progress at the Japanese speaking? So, simply, when you learn one phrase today, for example, I am living in this place. So, let's say I'm living in London. So, try to speak perfectly, because if you are living in London, you have to know this phrase, right? I'm living in London. And you can't say, I'm studying Japanese 1 year, but I don't know how to say I'm living in London. Unless you're living in London, you should tell. Whenever you met a Japanese person, oh, you can speak, Japanese? You met this person in Tokyo? Yeah. But actually I'm visiting in Tokyo. 今、東京に来てるだけで、通常はロンドンにいます。Currently I'm living in London, but now I'm visiting Tokyo. You can just tell. It's so important phrases, and it's just very basic, nothing like about politics or economy or something very difficult topic. It's just your self-introduction. So how we can actually make a progress is one phrase. You can just focus on the one phrase. I am living in London. Let's learn it. ロンドンに住んでいます。ロンドンに住んでいます。ロンドンに住んでいます。One more time. ロンドンに住んでいます。You will memorize this phrase perfectly. Perfect pronunciation, not London. If you say London, then Japanese people don't understand because we don't have L and Earl differences. We have ラリルレロ、ロンドン。ロンドンに住んでいます。ロンドンに住んでいます。If you cannot speak this basic phrase, of course you don't have the second step, right? So, first step you made a mistake, which is you didn't learn correctly, and then still you say London, then London. London is English, perfect, but you have to say London. Then you didn't care this small mistake, and you learning the difficult grammar or whatever, try to learn different things. And then the time that you meet Japanese person, this Japanese person just doesn't understand you. So, of course, first step, you will be sure about this. I'm living in London in Japanese. ロンドンに住んでいます is perfect sentence. And then second step, you will definitely sure that my pronunciation is perfect. Hundreds of Japanese people can understand what I'm saying. Right? You can think I understand. You can understand that my English is not perfect. But the point is, you understand what I said. This is a point. Okay, because you need experience. You need a lot of experience to speak cool way. I'm speaking English, but it's not cool way yet, maybe. But if you cannot speak anything, there is no cool way or one step, second step, longer, sentences, nothing. So that's why be sure about sentence. And this sentence must be something most frequently used sentences. You cannot learn, for example, Mary opened the door. When you're gonna say it, this Mary opened the door. Even not Mary, when you're gonna use this person opened the door. You met Japanese person. Hi, nice to meet you. Mary opened the door. You don't use it. You don't use it. You don't need to learn it. This is not priority. Priority is why you are studying Japanese. Where are you living, or what you're doing generally, like what kind of job what are you doing. These phrases, let's complete everything. So then maybe, okay, let's learn grammar again. But as I said, we already know, we all accept many years studying grammar doesn't have any progress every day. Oh, I can speak one phrase. I'm living in London. Tomorrow, I'm living in London and I like Japan so much. My dream is to live in Japan. ロンドンに今住んでいます。日本が大好きなんです。夢は日本に住むことです。Yesterday I spoke one phrase. Today I can speak 3 phrases. Yay! It's just 2 days. Believe me, just 2 days you have progress. And then you can imagine 60 days, which is 2 months. I'm always say 2 months later you will be a Japanese speaker because 60 days, 60. I said 2 days you can speak 1 phrase, 2 phrases, 3 phrases, and then it's 60 days. You will have 50, 60, 70 of most frequently used sentences about you. And you can speak, 日本に住みたいんです。I really want to live in Japan. I like Japanese anime. アニメが大好きなんです。特に日本の車は日産が大好きなんです。I love Japanese car, especially Nissan. Can you imagine 60 sentences? You can ask, you can communicate, you can introduce yourself. Oh my God, you can really speak 10 minutes. Maybe more, 20 minutes. 2 months, just like that. Just like that. You can imagine I'm studying English, Greek, and I just studied German with this way for 7 years. You can imagine huge progress. It's huge, huge. Even I can record this video in English. It's amazing. What was it? This grammar exercise. I had done, I have not done, and then who and whom, how to use, difficult, headache, I'm like half giving up. And then the children, enjoying, learning every day. That's it. We don't need the grammar exercise if you want to speak Japanese. So bye-bye grammar, and then please memorize your most frequently used sentences and please exercises about your pronunciation and communication. The phrases you learn, the next step is when should you use it? You cannot answer where you're from and then I like Japan. You have to know the question and the answer, of course. So we have so many things to do, actually, if you really want to communicate Japanese fluently. You don't have time to just sitting down and you shut up your mouth and then speak. We need to speak. We need to know how to answer, how to ask, how to react. 素晴らしいですね. It's wonderful. Oh, no, I don't need, thank you. 大丈夫です. We need to know so many things to communicate. You don't have a time to sit down and then shut up your mouth. Moving forward and then bye-bye grammar. Thank you so much. If you really want to be able to speak Japanese, focus on the most important things and then focus on your progress that you are doing correctly or not. Because you know that Japanese language is not easy language, but we can make it if you are doing correctly. But we need everyday progress. Otherwise, forgetting every day, going back. Don't give up. And also, you don't need unnecessary effort. You don't really need unnecessary effort. We need necessary effort. Okay. So, thank you so much. And I'm so happy to speak English. And I'm so proud of myself that I said bye-bye grammar. And then I really love to help your speaking skill. So keep watching my video. Thank you so much.